Hi everybody, this is Abby with Scrap and Abby, and I am back with my beautiful daughter Kaylee.
Hi.
She did not want to be seen on camera, so she's sitting right over here, next to me. So put your hand in a wave so they know you're here. There she is. So what I'm going to be doing in this video tutorial with you guys is making this crepe paper flower. The first time I made this was a couple of years ago. Not this one, but the first time I learned how to make these was at the CK convention in 2012 with Marina with Mon Ami Gabby, and they are the ones that sell this amazing crepe paper that you use to create these flowers. So this is the one I'm going to show you guys how to make. I'm not going to do with this, that kind of a centerpiece. I'm going to use something a little bit different because I don't have any of that readily available right now. But just to kind of give you an idea what you can use these on, you can put these on a layout like I have here, and I made this one as well. You can put alternating layers of burlap, or you can use some lace or some different types of trims in your flower. And this is just a layout that I made just to kind of show you guys from the Mon Ami Gabby class. I didn't design this, but just so you know, you can put them on, I've seen them on cards and different things like that. So you can make these as big or as small as you want. And what I'm going to be doing is I don't have my camera set up to where both she and I can be, a full view of what we're doing. So she's just going to kind of wedge in here real close to me, and we're going to just go ahead and just kind of get going. So this one might be just a little bit longer video than I'm trying to stay within my 15 to 20 minute mark. This might be just a little bit longer just because I'm working with my daughter, and that's what's most important, is for me to do this craft with her. So the supplies you're going to need to make the flowers are some of this crepe paper. Now, I'm not sure if this is only proprietary to Mon Ami Gabby or not, but this is not the crepe paper like what you find in the party supply section or at Dollar Tree. This is a completely different. They get this from Italy, I believe, and you can see this is more of a tighter woven crepe paper. It's hard to explain, but it's really spongy almost like. And so, you could try it with the like the party supply paper streamers. I haven't. I don't know if they would work that well, but all of this is from Mon Ami Gabby in all these different colors, and they have more than this. These are just the ones that I happen to have left, and that's what I'm going to be using for the flowers today. So let's see. I'm just going to, excuse my reach, I'm going to just shove those kind of right over there. So that's what you're going to need for the flower. I'm going to have some more of the 3-in-1 Beacon liquid adhesive. This is what I'm using to put the centers in the flowers. For the base of the flowers, we're going to be using the glue dots, the 2-inch. And then I have over here on the side just a variety of some buttons and different flat back pearls and things like that, and some little jewels in case Kaylee wants to use those on her flower. So I went ahead and had Kaylee, my assistant, if you want to go ahead and show your piece, she's going to be doing crafting with the pink because that's one of her favorite colors. So this is about, I'd asked her to cut about a 1.5-inch wide strip. You can see it's kind of wonky, but that's okay because I'll show you how that doesn't really matter. And then I had her cut a couple white strips, 1 inch, and then of course I'm going to be making a purple one for you guys. So and the tool that you're going to need for this to make the curl on the flowers like this, like I have here, is, you want to show them, sis?
A toothpick.
It's a toothpick. That's right, folks, a toothpick. So, and you want to use the ones, Marina told us in the class that you want to make sure you're using the ones that are not the colored ones or that are in the individual wrappers that have like the mint on them. These are a matte toothpick, and so this really grabs against that crepe paper to give you that really nice, crisp, clear curl. So to go ahead and get started, Kaylee, go and scooch in here with me, sis. This is really easy to do. This is the glue dot for you. So go ahead and start by peeling off your top layer. You have to scooch in, sis, so they can see on the camera here. And do that. I'm going to remove this pad, my score mat, because it's just kind of distracting with all the grid marks on it. So what we're going to do is just simply start by taking this off. And then you're going to lay this on the table. I can't zoom in too super close because what'll happen is it'll take Kaylee out of view, and that's the important part for me, is to get her involved in this with me. So Kaylee, the first thing we're going to do is you're going to just grab one end of your crepe paper like this, and then on the very edge of, I'll hold this up so that folks can see on the camera, I'm going to grab it and I'm just going to go on the very outermost edge right here, just like on the very edge, so it's stuck like that. Okay, so if you want to do that with yours. And then all you're going to be doing is and I'm going to try to do this in the air here real quick, is you're just going to grab it and you're just going to do kind of a pinch and then a fold. And then stick it down and then fold. Stick it down and then fold. Oops, sorry you guys, I'm not sure if you saw that. Just like, here, let me show her real quick, you guys, just a second. So you want to grab it, and then you just want to grab your fold. Now you can make your folds however wide or narrow as you want. It depends on the fullness of your flower. There's no right or wrong way to do this. Grab it and just do a fold like that. So you can just kind of do this with it. And you see, you want to make sure you're staying on the very edge, just like that, all the way around, okay? Just like that.
Okay.
So you go ahead and work yourself around. I'm going to go ahead and get a little bit started on this one, you guys, and then I'll hold it back up to the camera so you can get a little bit closer view. So this is just such a fun, cool flower to make. I had never seen this before until I saw this at their booth and at the CK convention, and I just think it's really neat, a neat project to do. And it just adds so much of a different texture and look to your projects than what I'd seen before. And just to kind of show you guys there, that's where I'm kind of going. And then I'm going to do another one if we have time that you got it okay, sis? Do you need to hold it closer to you so you can see?
I can.
Okay. If you can't get on camera, that's okay, because I don't want to make sure it's comfortable for you. And I might be able to zoom in just a little bit actually so we can kind of see. There we go. And you can ink on these, which is what I did on that sample when I showed you guys. You can put a little bit of craft paint. It's not going to mess up the integrity of the crepe paper at all. It does hold up really well, and I've even put some glimmer mist, you know, different shimmers and things like that on there as well. So what you'll do, Kaylee, oh, good job, Kaylee. What you'll do is once you reach the edge of the outer layer, is you're just going to go ahead and start doing the same process on the inner part of the glue dot. So you're going to go ahead and just start going into the middle. Yep, just like that. Perfect. And it's going to keep going. Now, if you happen to run out of the crepe paper before you get to the end of, you know, before you get to the middle of your dot, that's okay, because you can just cut another strip and then you won't even be able to tell where it starts and ends at all. You're going to be out? Okay. When you get done with yours, you can go ahead and cut another strip of your pink if you want. We'll go ahead and get that going. And when you start with this, you're going to see here, this is kind of, you know, going up really high like this, because this is going to be just a little bit different look of the flower. And get this going here in the center. Sorry guys, my hands are kind of covering the project, but I kind of need to do that so I can see what I'm doing here. And then I am at the end of my piece of crepe paper, and you can still see I have a little bit in the center, and that's actually okay because I'm going to be putting a button or flower in there. So I'll wait for Kayla to get hers cut, and then we'll continue on because I don't want to go too far without her. So you can see there's two different styles here. Hers is a little bit more flat, which is probably the better way to do it for the first time, and then mine's kind of a little bit more tall, as you can see. But there's a couple different ways you can do that. So while she's cutting hers, I'm going to go ahead and kind of start on my white one while she's doing that. Just because I already have the white cut is why. You can go ahead and get in camera sis if you want. So on this one, you guys, what I'm going to be doing, instead of starting on the very outermost edge like I did in the first one, I'm just going to start right here, just, you know, like just a little tiny bit into the glue dot itself. You can kind of see that right there, where I'm at. And I'm just going to be doing the same kind of process, just kind of a, you know, press and fold. It's a little tiny pleat. And this is going to give you a different look for your flower as well. And I'll show you how you can work with the toothpick to make the curls. It's just such a cool technique. Marina is just absolutely genius with some of the different projects she comes up with. I'm like a total groupie. I told her at convention this year that I felt like a groupie because I was at her booth so much, and majority of the stuff I bought was from their booth. And I actually have some videos that I put on my YouTube channel. Now see, this is what I was talking about. I'm at the end of that piece, but it doesn't matter because you just grab another strip. Yeah. So this is a good question, Kaylee. So let me give you, where'd my green scissors go, sis? Did I bury them? I did. So Kaylee is at the end of her flower. Go ahead and hold up to the camera. And then you can see she still has a strip of this left. So what I'm going to have her do, I'm not going to cut it, I'll let her do it, but just to show you guys, is what I'm going to have her do is just clip it right here, and then she'll tuck that end in. Okay? And then you'll just press it to the center. So this is where I left off with the white, and then I'll get back to the purple in just a second. And we're just going to kind of just match it up end to end. And I'll show you how you guys can make that where it looks seamless. You're not even going to be able to tell that we had to use another strip of this crepe paper for this project. And I'll put a link to the Monami Gabby store in the video description below once I get the video done. And that way you guys can go to their website. You can check out their crepe paper they sell. And you can even contact them to see if they have local retailers of that, because I'm not sure if they do or not. I know they don't in Oregon, so I just always grab a bunch whenever they're at convention. And I'm just going to snip off this little piece here. And I'm just going to simply take the end piece and just stick it right here in the center. So this is kind of following the same principle of the other flowers that I've made using the big glue dots. See, now look how cute that is. Kaylee, you did such a good job. It's not even done, but that's so pretty just the way it looks, I think. So now what we'll go ahead and do is work with our toothpicks. And what you're going to do with this is you're going to grab the toothpick, and I'm going to show the camera real quick, sis, and I'll get you started. Is I always start from the inside, and then I work my way out to the edge. So what I'm going to do is take the toothpick, and on the very corner here, is I'm just going to grab it, and don't worry about smashing this down, it's not going to do anything, is you just grab this on the corner, and all you're going to do is simply roll it towards you, like this, and then you let go, and then you're going to have that little curl, see? And you can make this dip down. Where'd that layout go? How I made these points, like on this flower, if you want this kind of a style, is I took the toothpick, and I did a wider roll onto the flower like this, and then I rolled down. And then I went over this a little bit, did the same thing. And that's how you can get those little more of a point or a peak on your flower. If you don't like that look, Kayla, if you don't like that look and you like more of this one, a little more softer petals, then you're going to do what I'm going to show you guys here. Does that make sense how to curl that first one? Oh, she's already got going. Doesn't need mom to show her at all. And if you need to work closer to your face, that's fine. Or if you want to work in the frame of the camera, that'd be great too. That way they can watch you create. And then so I'm going to get the second one going here, you guys, and then I'll bring it up here and I'll show you just when I get a few more rows going. I would zoom in a lot closer, but again, like I said, I want to make sure I get Kaylee in the camera because that's what's important.
Where do I do like the next curl?
You just kind of do a spacing. So what I would do is just take your toothpick right here. And since you have one here, is I would go ahead and just maybe, you can kind of guess, there's no measurement. You just guess and say, oh, I'm going to go right here.
Okay.
And I'm just going to turn it and I'm going to roll it like that. And you just kind of go next to it. You can make these curls as tight or as loose as you want. It's totally up to you. And that's the fun part about it. And once you kind of get going, it's just real easy motion just to kind of keep rolling through. And none of these flowers are ever going to look the same. I've made a ton of these and I've never had any of them turn out the same. Even if I think I'm rolling the toothpick in the same direction or the same angle, the flowers always look different. And that's nature. Flowers don't always look the same. And so that's what's so cool about this. It's just a fun one. You like doing this, sis?
Yeah.
This would be a great idea for you to do on some of your cards or something for your friends. You guys can kind of see how I'm starting to kind of curl and roll that a little bit. So I'm just going to kind of whip through this one a little bit so I can work on the purple one too. And you could also, as I showed you guys on that layout, you can interchange, you know, and do one roll. You know, like Kaylee, she loves her favorite colors. Or you tell them. I'm talking for you, sorry.
Favorite color?
Yeah, tell them what your favorite colors are.
My favorite colors are pink and green.
And
black.
She likes a little bit of black. So what Kaylee could do, if I had black crepe paper, she could have, you know, done a row of pink. She could have done a row of the purple, that's my color. A row of the black, or, you know, I do have this green, but I don't know if that's really the green you like. Kind of, sort of.
Like darker green.
Yeah. So what do you think of paper crafting, Kaylee? Do you like it as much as your mom does?
Not as much as you do, but I like it.
You think I'm kind of obsessed?
No, depends.
What do you mean? Depends.
I don't know.
Oh, yours looking really good, sis.
Thank you.
Well, I know I like crafting with her. Kaylee is pretty creative herself. You guys, hopefully you watched the video I did. I put up a couple days ago. She had made me some little notes and a card and stuff for Mother's Day, and was very sweet what she had written to me. She also makes duct tape flowers.
Yeah, duct tape flowers.
And she's sold some to some people at my work. She puts them on the ends of pens. And
I make wallets with duct tape.
Is that easy to do, sis, making the walls, or is that kind of hard?
Yeah, it's easy. Just uses up a lot of duct tape.
Yeah. Santa Claus brought her some Justin Bieber duct tape this year, by the way. Which I don't think you've even used, have you, for anything?
Not yet.
You just like to look at it.
Yeah.
So now I'm getting close to the part where I put those two pieces of crepe paper together, and I'm going to show you how you guys can roll them together where you can't even tell that they're separate. So that's what I've gotten so far. And then you can see here the two pieces, the two ends. So what I'm going to do is just grab them together, pinch them together, and, oh, sorry, Kaylee. And I'm just going to take my toothpick and I'm just going to roll them together. So then that way they're in that same curl together. And then there, it's just totally covered where the two pieces came together. You can't even tell. Can't even see.
No.
You don't know what I'm talking about?
Well, like, I don't know where
Oh, okay.
it is.
I was like, don't know what you're talking about, Mom. Why don't you hold up your flower and let him see how you're doing? You're doing a really good job. Looks pretty cute, huh, guys? So if you didn't want your flower to be quite so tall, you could, of course, take your rolls in quite a bit more so your flower was a little bit tighter and not stick up so high. It just kind of depends on what you're looking for, what your project is, that kind of thing. So kind of like along the same line of the other projects I've been sharing, I've been trying to get all my flower tutorial videos done today. And, you know, you can work on making these and having some in your inventory, just kind of in your flower stash, you know, like it'd be a great thing to do, you know, watching TV, you know, like what I'm doing, hanging out, visiting with my daughter, just spending some time together, watching, you know, YouTube videos or Ustream shows, that kind of stuff. Or if you wanted to even take your supplies downstairs or in another, where the family room is, if your craft room isn't, you know, close to that area, you could just take the supplies you need, sit there with a book on your lap or a TV tray or something, and you could work on whipping out a bunch of these flowers, and while you're, you know, doing something else like watching a movie or whatever. And that way you have a bunch together. And she beat me. Check her out. You want to show your flower up close? Again, let them kind of see it. That's really pretty, Kaylee. You did such a good job.
Thanks.
Now, did you want to ink on yours, or do you want to leave it just like it is?
I want to
Okay.
ink some. Like,
So what kind of color do you think you want to? So I've got all kinds of distress inks there. On the floor I have my container of all my chalk inks. So she's going to kind of dig through the stash of inks there, you guys, and decide what she wants to use. And I'm just about done with my white one here. It really does go a lot faster whenever, you know, you're doing just this. I'm trying to keep track of my time and watch her and help her if she needs it, and just making sure I'm staying on camera. So plus I've been making flowers most of the day today, so my fingers are getting a little sore. I've had, not to be too TMI, but I've had surgery on 4 of my knuckles in the joints, 2 on each finger, and I have to go probably have more done. So my fingers sometimes get a little tired from, you know, doing a lot of this detail work, but this is definitely, you know, an easy thing. I don't want you guys to be thinking it's hard or anything like that, because it's not. What color? Oh, you found some black?
You think black looks better?
We'll let you hold it up. What do you think? See if let the camera see. So she is doing what I do. She's trying it on a piece of sample crepe paper to see what color she likes best. That way she's not actually doing it on her project. So if she doesn't like it, she didn't, you know, her project's not with a color she doesn't like. So what are you thinking?
Either this darker black color, it's kind of hard to see, or this hotter pink color.
Which one do you think you like?
Which one do you think would look better?
I don't know. I think the black would really make it pop. You could do you could do you could do a kind of a combination of both.
Like every other?
You could go, yeah, you could go, that's a good idea. You could do every other, or you could do most of it with the pink, kind of hit and miss, and then kind of accent it with the black. Very good creative thinking there, sis, on that. I like that. You're such a smart cookie. You must take after your mom. Just kidding. No, she really is smart, though. She's my honor roll student girl. I'll have to brag about it a little bit. She wants to be, you want to tell them what you want to be when you...
I want to be an architect when I grow up.
Yep, she's going to support her old mama when she gets older. So there's my white flower, you guys. You can kind of see, you know, how that turned out. You, of course, can make your curls as tight or as big as you want. My camera's up a little bit higher, so I'm trying to make sure I'm on frame still. And that's how this one turned out. It's really, really cute. So I think what I'm going to do with this one is I don't know if I want to ink this one yet or not. Which color should I do?
Wait, I think like a golden, like a...
Make a gold?
Like your...
Or have a vintage color?
This one.
Ink that gold? I don't know, sis. Let me look at that. See how that's gonna look. So she's thinking I should use the gold, and there's a little bit of the gold.
It's like a sparkly gold.
She wants me to use this Copper Swift. So I will do that because she asked me to. So it's real easy to do. You just hold your project in your hand, and then you can, even with the distress tool, which is what I use as well for, my different distress inks, it kind of gives you a little bit of control over the project. But these also will work because you can just grab onto the side, and you can be as light-handed or as heavy-handed as you want with the ink. It just kind of depends on what kind of look you're looking for. And Kaylee, this is turning out very pretty. I like it. This is actually a really good idea because the button I have in my little bowl next to me has some gold around it, so that'd be perfect. This is just really pretty, and it's just such a fun, easy way to customize and decorate some flowers, and come up with something that's different and unique and not something that you typically see. I know I haven't seen any of these crepe paper flowers anywhere online except for the stuff from Monami Gabby and their classes and other people who've taken their classes as well. And you can kind of even scrunch this up in your hand like this. Now that's not to say they're not out there. I'm just saying I haven't seen them because I know there's just hundreds and thousands of videos on different crafting and things like that. You can kind of even go into the petals a little bit like I just did there. But that looks really pretty, Kaylee. I'm glad you suggested this color. And you can see how dimensional this is. I love it. It's so pretty. You can even go on the back a little bit if you wanted to, just to kind of give a little bit more of a look. You could add some shimmer to this. I'm very much addicted lately to the Scintillating Silver Glitz Spritz from Lindy Stamp Gang, which is not easy for me to grab right at the moment, but you could certainly go over that with that spray, that spritz, and give a really nice shimmer all over the whole entire project. So there's that flower with the inking on it that my daughter chose.
It's hard to see, but there's mine.
It's very pretty, Kaylee. I like it. So now we can kind of dig through our little stash of buttons and different things, and I have a ton more than this. I just grabbed a little bit because otherwise we'd be here all day with me trying to decide what I wanted to use. This is probably the longest process, is deciding what embellishments you want to use, because I just love to I almost get lost in that part of it. It's just it's the creative piece of it. So I'm thinking, since my super intelligent daughter here decided to have me use that copper gold, I think that button works perfectly in this flower. Perfect. And this is a vintage button from 3 Girl Jam, one of the little vintage button bags you can purchase. So what do you think you want to use this? Oh, that looks so cute. Oh, look show them up close how you alternated the colors.
I put black and like a dark hot pink on top of each other in this one.
Looks very good. I'll be sure to take some pictures of the flowers and put them on my blog once I get the videos done, so you guys can all see.
What color should I use?
And so I'm just going to stick this here in the center with a little bit of that. And all I did was put some of this adhesive on the back of the button. And then to stick it right here in the center. And it's going to stay there once it dries. And then what you can do also is, if you're not ready to use this on a project yet, you just simply leave this on the backing, stuck to the paper with a glue dot. And when you're ready to use this on a project, you just simply peel this off. You'll just grab the base of your flower and then peel the backing off and then stick it right to your project. And so you have an embellishment ready to go. I mean, what a sweet thing to have ready, or to even send to somebody in a rack or something like that. Or some kind of a... Yeah, that's cute. There's that one, or I have some of these you can dig through here and see if you find one in here you like, or I got all kinds of buttons and stuff you can use. So, I know people sell stuff in their Etsy store. This is an idea. You could do that too. You could make a bunch of these in a collection or something like that, or a certain color scheme. And when you send a rack to one of your crafty friends or something, you could send some of these handmade flowers, because I think that'd be awesome.
I'm choosing to use this button. No, I can't.
No, you're good. Yep, you're on camera. Yep, you're good.
And I just put it in the glue.
Yeah, just put some glue. No, you can put, you can use, that's a good question, Kaylee. Go ahead and hold that back up there. So what Kaylee asked me is if she could just stick the button simply in the center, because you can see in there's a little bit of the glue dot showing right there. And yes, you could do that, but just for a little bit of extra stability, I would use this liquid adhesive just to make sure it's going to stay in your project, okay?
Put it on the button or on the spot?
I would put it on you can either put it in the middle or on the back of the button, whichever you feel more comfortable doing. And I may not get the purple flower done, you guys, because we're almost at 24 minutes. So I'm probably not going to get that done. But what I'll do is I will take pictures of the different flowers and stuff on my blog when I get them all done, because I've already made, a couple other video tutorials for this. So anyway, so it's kind of the same theory. You just kind of go around and just start doing the curling again, and they're just so pretty.
There's mine.
And there's Kaylee's beautiful flower. Isn't that beautiful? She did such a great job. And then there's my flower too. So Kaylee, I am really proud of you. You did such an amazing job on that flower. So what are your thoughts, since that's your first one to make? You think it's easy? You think it's difficult?
I think it's easy. It's, if you actually do it right.
What do you mean do it right?
Because I messed up on mine, but I fixed it, so I think it's easy.
Yeah. And now you have a really nice big flower to use for another project. So what I say, Kaylee, is when something doesn't turn out the way I think I meant for it to, I call it a creative opportunity. See, and that's what you did, is you took that and you made it into, a really beautiful flower. And I'm really proud of you. Good job. So thanks you guys for checking out our Crepe paper flower tutorial. And I want to thank my beautiful daughter, Kaylee, for participating and joining me on this tutorial. It was a lot of fun. And I'm trying to get her to do some of her duct tape flower tutorials and her wallet and stuff. So maybe I can talk her into getting to doing that sometime with all of you guys, and then have her be featured on my blog or something. So thanks again. And if you guys have any questions, just please leave them in the description or the comments below. And, I'll do my best to get back to you guys. If you want any, a closer up shot of how I was actually doing the rolling, I can try to get the camera in a lot closer if you want. Or if you have any questions on how to, get a hold of this type of crepe paper, just let me know. And we're going to close out with your flower on the screen because it's just so beautiful. So thanks you guys, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.